And it's CSS.
Yep, DSS. So no Pokemon trainer here. Let's
At least
get into this
yeah,
match.
he could do the switch later.
Yeah, he switches pretty routinely, but you know what? I believe in his ZSS. His ZSS kind of nice.
Oh yeah, no complaints on his DSL.
Yeah, he kind of. It's interesting to see him run in with his air, despite that move being like super safe. You want to utilize its range a little bit, but you know, it's just as easily covered by her jab and overall great mobility. But Stretch is doing a really great job of like taking the space that Bankai leaves in center stage and letting him overcommit. Like we've seen how many whiffed up smashes in the first 30 seconds?
Quite a few. Yeah, I feel like both these players have the same region, right? I'm pretty sure.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all tri-state.
Okay, technically, yes. I feel like this game is just going to be them just kind of poking at each other constantly. Where a lot of them, I feel like they're not going to commit as much as they normally would against other people. Because they know what they're kind of expecting from each other.
Yeah, well, it's already super hard just to hit ZSS in the first place. So what Stretch is going to need to do just as a matchup, I think, not even just against Bankai, is just to take as much damage as he can, little by little, one hit at a time. Because it's really hard to pin her down, and then she can do that. Meanwhile, Bankai is gonna want to keep Stretch in the air as much as he can, as we see Stretch coming down with an aerial, but getting that beat out by.
Good tag.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I guess he was looking for a full hop.
This is weird that you're going to see one of two things. Either Stretch taking the stock right away, or Bankai is going to pile on a lot of damage, a lot of good extra credit.
Wow, these platforms are such a burden for Stretch, because every time he manages to find himself on one, he resets his jump, but then almost immediately takes like a pot shot for it. Yeah, Stretch is patient.
Yeah.
Forward throw, trying to reset the tech situation, but instead he just goes to ledge. Alright.
Good up there taking Bankai's first stock. Instead, he got 120%. Ugh, against the VSS, this is not looking good. Ooh!
Oh, I respect it.
That was clean.
Because a lot of the times those roll-in reads work out more often than not, because people start DIing preemptively for the F smash that's going to come in after the jab block.
Yeah.
So by going for that internal read down air, like right there, you're preparing, you're catching them autopiloting. But good job in Bankai in order just to keep aware of every situation he's in. That didn't hit. What? Most of the time that hits.
It's something we blame on Wi-Fi or Ultimate.
No, that's just good timing on Stretch's part. He waited for the end of the move before committing to a roll and getting the most invincibility through it.
Good. Nice parry into Dolphin side. Not killing just yet, which I think another one should.
Yeah, probably. As it's not too stale, which now it might be kind of stale. Ooh, the very edge of that up tilt. That would have been a tipper, but it's Lucina.
Really just leveled it out of nowhere. Now it's an even game. But before the start of the game, Bankai was kind of running away with it. The Stretch really came back and evened things up quickly.
Yeah, if Stretch is able to maintain his game plan, he can put on a lot of damage pretty quickly. But Bankai is able to swarm super well as he catches that air dodge in, which is a standard grab.
I missed it earlier. That jump to avoid the grab, that was actually really smart. There's a lot of players would try to air dodge back, but the jump was actually really smart move.
There's an F tilt poke. He's trying to space out these back airs as Stretch comes in looking for damage. Back air to shield.
That's a magical percent.
Ooh, he doesn't have flip kick, but he didn't go deep enough. Some of these shield breakers, I'm like, oh man, Stretch. Like, what are you looking for?
He wants to get the clip.
trying to cook Bankai, dude. Yeah.
And back here, yep, that's gonna take game 1 going to Bankai.
Rising aerials are so good with CSS. She can get so much height. And sweet spot back air is
Meaty.
It hurts. She got them stilettos on.
I don't know. I remember somebody tweeting out, and I want to know who. It was either tweeted out that someone was caught in chat saying, "I wish ZSS would back air me in the chest." I don't know who said that, but I want to know who.
If that was you, say "I" in the chat.
What if Ramses is the one that said that? But he
No,
just
no,
wants
no,
to think someone else said it. Oh,
The plot thickens.
On Twitter.
oh, look, he's getting sweaty. Anyways, game 2.
Game 3.
Game 3. Oh, sorry.
No, game 2. I'm stupid.
See, you're mixing me up.
Yo, we all sweaty.
It was a long game. I was like really into it.
Word. Yo, we all sweaty out here. Especially both these players too. Like both these games are coming down right down to the wire too.
Just the one game. Just the one game came down right to the wire.
Yeah.
But it felt like 2. It was a tale of 2 games in just that one game, because you see Stretch get off to a really strong lead in the first game, but now Bankai seems to be holding his own, or holding steady, trying to keep with the momentum of the first game, of getting that final kill early. Ooh, that dancing blade. Wow, there was so much to pack in that interaction alone, but flip kick.
That's so disappointing. Like that was such a good, clean like interaction, and then like flip kick, ending it. I was just like, oh, that's kind of disappointing. Like I was really stretching, ending it like in some epic fashion.
Yeah, sometimes that just happens though. Like flip kick, best move of the game, man. It's so, not to take any credit away from Bankai, but it's sheer utility. It surpasses almost every other move.
It's a dunk, it's the get out of jail free card. Yeah, it does everything.
Frame 1 invincible. Why? I don't know. Yeah, a couple of these Tekkens in the corner now. Maybe Stretch is starting to catch on to that, but even despite the first time he went for that read being a misfire. You waited out the parry. You waited out the flash shield. That was so good.
So this is actually looking really similar to how game 1 started out, where Bankai started getting up now.
He's dead. Yeah, ZSX kills neutral get-ups. Just nair to the jab, not going for anything too fancy.
Not overcommitting. Even though he is a stock ahead, so even if he does overcommit, it's not gonna kill him. Like it's not gonna hurt him.
Oh my god, he missed that twice.
It's so disappointing.
I mean, he's getting the damage, and it's good damage, but it's like, yeah, oh man, they didn't die at 60. Damn.
Like those are one of those like satisfying moments where it's like when the true confirm hits.
When you end your bread and butters. Ooh boy. Jab jab power dunk.
Oh, not that yet. Ooh.
Look at these airs coming out super safe.
Oh, good. Run him. Wow. Out of all the time it hits.
Skipping off the backboard.
Yeah.
Okay,
up tilt killing. Oh, that's
Yeah, I know it's. You know what? You know what's crazy about being on? I have ultimate frame data open, so I can just look at stuff. Let's see here.
You should also do that for offline tournaments as well.
Yeah, yes. You should.
Yes.
But now I don't have to guess when I'm sitting at the commentary booth. I can just look and tell you up tilt frame 3.
Yes.
For whoever we're let out the house, I'm just gonna print out the entire like frame data book just so we flip through it IRL.
That'd be sick.
I'll tell you in a second. Let me read through the Bible.
Let me read through the Bible. Oh man.